I always tell people, if you're going to walk through a minefield, follow someone, right? You see all these issues that people have on Facebook with GoFundMe. You know people that were older, had heart attacks, died of cancer, had financial issues. You see all that in front of you. Those are your warnings that those are people that are walking through the minefield in front of you. So you can make that decision, make it a priority to best look after yourself, your family, your parents, if you set up things properly today so that it minimizes those type of issues, because you just never know. I guess I would start with asking your parents if they have a financial advisor, but then say, have you guys done a retirement plan? And if they haven't, then they need to find someone that will do them for that. Because you need to look at, will your money last? What are the issues is outlasting your money? And you can do it simply with a retirement plan using proper rates of return, a low rate of return. You're not going to use a 15% rate of return, because that won't last. You may have that a year or two, but you're not going to have it for a 30-year period of time. So you need a realistic plan with proper assumptions in it, and then add in worst case scenarios. What happens if they end up in a nursing home? What happens if they have a critical illness? All those different types of things. Build those in and see how strong their plan is. You really have kind of two options. If one of the spouses has to go into retirement living or care, you have the private ones, which are really nice and they're expensive, and they can run $7,000 a month. Or you have the government ones, which aren't as nice, but they will cost you less money. They're income tested, so it's, can you sustain living in there for 5 to 10 years? Will your retirement plan be able to fund that? Would you have to sell your home? Right now you see on TV a lot of push for reverse mortgages. And that's people that haven't set aside enough money that they need to start to drain the money out of their homes. And yeah, you can get the money out tax-free, but the interest rate, you're going to lose 60% of that value of that home to interest rate that's accumulated, that when you eventually do sell the home, the majority of it is going to the reverse mortgage company. Like a mortgage. I was talking with clients yesterday, and they're getting this massive mortgage. Well, the time you pay that mortgage down, let's say it's a $500,000 mortgage, you're going to pay $1.2 million after 25 or 30 years. That's crazy. They're living above their lifestyle, honestly, to do that kind of stuff. And you need to be realistic and have better priorities in life. People will always want to live above their means, and they do it by doing debt. Debt robs you of having excess in retirement, and that's what you have to decide and figure out is you want it, are you looking after today or are you looking after tomorrow? Well, you need to know where you're at. You need to know where you want to be, and you need to know like your budget, right? You need to know what's important to you in your retirement. You have to have some type of idea. If you don't have a proper idea of what your retirement is, what you want to be able to do, all these different things, you're not going to put the effort into it today to get there, right? So you have to have, what are your goals or needs in retirement? Where are you at today? And then with your budget, what can we do to bridge a gap? What do you need to do today to get there? Okay. But you really need to know is when you want to retire and how does that retirement look like? It's got to be something that's motivating so you continue to put that money away, because you're making choices with your money. It's like, do we go to Hawaii for 3 weeks, or do we go to 1 week because we need to put this money into a retirement program? If you have no clue about your retirement program, you're going to do whatever you want today with no restrictions. I mean, the number one thing you use in retirement is going to be some type of investment strategies. You protect your income today if something happens so that you can continue to have money to go into retirement, or it's not drained because you don't have protection from some type of loss of income. I mean, your income is going to be decided on if you die, if you become disabled, or when you retire. That's when your income stops. Those 3 things. So we need to be able to replace your income at retirement when it stops, when you stop working, but you need to make sure that your income is protected until you retire. If you need guidance or help, or you have questions in terms of financial issues, please feel free to reach out to me, Kevin Peyson. Websites, Peyson Insurance Services. You can Google, you can go on the website, a lot of information on there. Our consultation is free, and we can help in most situations in terms of where you're at.